And that becomes their biggest stumbling block. And I think that's pretty common across a variety of industries. So it does take having a few conversations and giving some demos to the executive leadership team before they finally get it. And they're like, whoa, you can do that? Where there's a lot of hype in the news that is causing people to have FOMO around, okay, do we have AI in our organization yet? So there's lots of organizations that think chatbots are going to solve all their problems. So we need a chatbot. We need to delegate whatever this is to a chatbot or this little robot thing that they think is going to be a magic silver bullet. The many organizations will invest in the product, then the project, and then finally, when they're like, we're not getting any ROI on this, then they'll invest in the people and the processes. Every year there's a new hype thing. And so I think it's easy to look at this AI thing and think that somebody's crying wolf instead of recognizing it for what it really is. But what I feel like one of the big things that project proved to me is that when you partner with AI, you can get so much more done. Literally, we had nothing. We had literally nothing 6 weeks before the event was to go off, and it was me and AI, and we created the event as women. It's cool that we've got our emotions. Like, we don't shove them in the trunk. We don't let them drive the car, but we invite them to sit next to us, right? And so that's where the idea came from. And so I feel the same way about AI. And it's about using AI as a tool so you can unlock your potential and you can unlock the human flourishing instead of trying to be spread so thin. With AI, now you're just going 10 times faster in the wrong direction. I've created some boundaries and some ways to gently hold myself accountable to my best life, to the human that I want to be. We can't leave ourselves behind. I think that we're moving into a leadership era where it will be incredibly important for all leaders to know what are their red lines when it comes to AI. What's the difference between a workflow and a prompt or a long prompt? One of the differences in my experience is that a workflow is quite a bit longer than a long prompt. And a workflow actually has different steps that we go through step by step. All of our workflows are LM agnostic. So folks are welcome to use whatever LLM they prefer. Personal AI policy is a clear, self-defined code of conduct. It outlines your boundaries, ethical commitments, and quality standards for using AI tools in your professional life. Original content integrity, confidentiality, and privacy, legal and ethical judgments, right? And for these things are all applicable to the way that I want to use AI. I use AI tools to accelerate research and draft initial outlines, but every final deliverable is personally reviewed, edited, and approved by me. I'm actually a proponent of, in work settings, at the bottom of an AI generated output, having the individual who signed off on it put their name on the bottom of the paper. My promise is transparency and making it right. Because, of course, all humans, we don't think we're biased, and that's the danger of bias, right? I will run my AI-generated content through a stress test by applying it to a diverse range of fictional client scenarios. My responsibility is to ensure that any tasks automated by AI are replaced by higher-value human-centric work. For example, you can keep the same amount of staff and 2 to 10x your output for the same amount of payroll. So I'm not a big proponent of cutting jobs for AI use. I'm a proponent of doubling or more output. I will evaluate my work by asking if this tool or content were scaled up by a bad actor. Could it cause widespread societal damage? I will not proceed if the answer is yes. There's a lot of women leaders that could put this on their website, their LinkedIn profile. They can include it with their AI resume, and AI dynamically changed the direction that it went in based on your responses to the last series of questions. So that is why I believe that workflows are super powerful.